On most days, this is where you'll find Su ZIXING. The 62-year-old likes to take a breather here, overlooking the seaside in his hometown. But rather than admiring the view, Su is lamenting what used to be. The land which now forms part of the beach used to be his farmland.
There used to be large swathes of trees and farmlands here, stretching all along to the east.
Su's village in South China's Guangxi Autonomous Region has witnessed dramatic land erosion over the past 50 years. 25% of farmland has been lost thanks to rising sea levels.
My family has lived here for generations. There used to be a large forest and hillside fields, on which we grew sweet tomatoes and rice. But now they're all gone.
Another local, Su YOUHAI, says the impacts of rising sea levels can be almost instantaneous.
It's getting worse every year. Every year, the seawater eats away about 2 meters of land. But if there is a typhoon, it can be several meters in just a few days. One day trees will be standing here, and then they are washed away.
The human cost of this worldwide issue is the displacement of whole communities. Around 250 locals have been forced to leave villages in this area as their land is lost to the sea. Once farmers, some have had to swap agriculture for selling seafood.
We used to live there, but we had to move because the seawater not only swallowed the farmland, but our home as well.
I used to live there too, but I had to move along with everyone else.
And this is what they've left behind. The environmental cost of rising sea levels is just as frightening. Head of this village, Liu Liang, says the forest which once dotted the coastline used to offer some protection from rising sea levels. That was until it too was gradually washed away, its sandy soil unable to withstand the power of the ocean.
Our village is low-lying, and most of our land is made of sandy soil. When the waves wash away the soil, the trees fall down.
They used to be thick and along the beach here. Now tree roots and stones are exposed.
With more than 18,000 kilometres of coastline, China is staring down the barrel of an environmental issue of mass proportions. 70% of its coastline is prone to erosion. Statistics from the country's State Oceanic Administration show on average sea levels here have risen around 2.6 millimetres per year over the past 30 years, higher than the global average of 1.7 millimetres. And they're still rising. Experts predict rises of between 8 to 13 centimetres over the next 30 years. The prospect of rises over several decades may not seem alarming, but experts warn tens of thousands of kilometres of coastline could be lost, millions forced to relocate. Humans have partly themselves to blame for the loss of land and livelihood. Li Wei Hong from the city's Maritime Bureau.
When a wharf was built here, it changed seawater flows. Dredging of the waterways has also resulted in a loss of sand. Both of these factors have accelerated erosion.
Every May and October, strong tides batter the coastline, increasing levels of erosion. The building of a seawall has offered some protection from the encroaching sea, reducing the chance villagers will have to move again. For Su, it's the final defence against a formidable power, which brings both reward and risk for him and his community. Villagers here now hope this defence is enough to save their land for future generations.